This is specifically for the motherfuckers who came out here claiming to represent hip-hop, but really didn't do shit to preserve the value of the fucking art form, the way of life. Hip-hop is a way to live, man. It ain't no institutionalized religion or something. It's a way to live. It's a culture, dog. You know what I mean? You know, so if you ain't really got nothing beneficial to offer this hip-hop shit, preserve the value of the art form, the music, the way of living, don't even fuck with it. We don't need dead weight motherfuckers.
The music is starting in 5. Got 5 minutes. I didn't put any music on. You want some music?
Everybody's got Zach Levine for over 20 points. I don't like that shit.
What not?
I don't like that shit. I don't like when too many motherfuckers is on the same wave.
Like everybody goes right, you feel like you gotta go left type of thing?
It's not that. It's just that with betting lines, you see, there is something that I have learned in this gambling world.
Right.
That you are not going to learn just by like nobody's going to tell you anything. Okay?
Right.
Like, contrary to what anybody says, there's all these discords and dub clubs and all these things. Nobody's going to fucking really teach you anything. You kind of have to figure it out on your own. You have to take what you learn from here and what you learn from there. And what I've learned is that when you're building, let's say, a parlay, you're not only looking for, you know, guys' averages or things like that. You're also looking for, like certain lines that are beating, you're looking for line movements and shifts and things like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I don't know how to say it. Like, I don't know how to explain it properly. But it's like, if you're building a parlay, like, some guys will build a parlay and it'll be like, oh, this guy's 6 rebounds and this and that. And It's like,
right.
I don't know how to. I just don't know how to like explain it.
It's but I get what you're saying though. It's bigger than the game. It's more like you have to look at the statistics of it.
Like, there's analytics into it too. But it's also, you're trying to beat the books, so you want to get. You're looking for the most value out of a play.
Right.
You know, like, you could like a Donovan Mitchell 4.5 rebounds.
Right.
At plus 100. You know what I mean? Like, that's great value for a play, that for a guy who's gotten 5 rebounds 5 of the last 6 games.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
You know,
like that. Like, those are the parlay pieces that you want, because now when you find high value straight bets,
right.
Those are the pieces that you should be parlaying together.
Mm.
People make parlays just to make them. Like, I'm gonna put, because I think this person's gonna do that. All right, yeah, that's fine, and sometimes that does work. But in my practice, I feel like I straight bet and then I parlay those straight bets.
Right.
In a certain way that, like, okay, well, let's say I've got 15 straight bets that I like throughout the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, for the whole day, all right, these are the straight bets that I like, whether it be basketball, football, a mix, or whatever.
Right.
I'll take the majority of those bets, bet them straight, and then I'll parlay them. Because I know the bets that I'm putting, first of all, are already above value, right? So,
then they should be.
So, like, a perfect example, like a Donovan Mitchell 4.5 rebounds, over or under. The over is plus 100.
Okay.
So I'm going to play that straight. I'm going to put however much on it, and, because I think that's a great value for what I just saw. And then I'm going to parlay it and into the way that, like, it just makes it's just more feasible to me.
Yeah, you got to make it make sense.
Yeah, then, like, out of nowhere, like, let me just bet that this guy is going to make, like, 4 threes. All right, well, I'd rather bet that he makes,
2.
Like 2.5 or something like that, because that's what the book is telling me, and I'm still catching it at a minus 110 which is still great value for something. But I don't know. I'm probably not even explaining it right. I know what I'm doing in my head, though, and my numbers prove that.
Based on what you know and your numbers in your head, what would you say is probably your favorite sports book, or the sports book that you said that offers the odds that are most likely to adhere to your
Well, I mean,
knowledge?
listen, to be honest with you, the sports book I use the most is FanDuel, but
Shoutout.
FanDuel might be the worst sports book, though. A lot of people complain about FanDuel all the time. You know what I mean? But for me, it's what I've known to use it. Like, I like the interface the most to me, and that's why I use Apple.
You think it's the most user friendly?
That's why I use Apple, because it's the most user friendly phone. Right. It look, aesthetically pleasing. Like, it looks whatever.
All right. Well, I guess on that note, this was the little. I like all that little parlay information. You gotta let them know where your head is at.
Yeah, just something, man.
A little something to let them know that where we're going is based on a little knowledge that was built beforehand. 100%. Is Cody's Corner.
What's going on, guys?
Hello, everybody, and welcome officially to Cody's Corner. Cody's week-by-week hot takes on who's going to take the W in the sports you're worried about. I'm side by side by the one and only David.
Yo.
It's an important day, bro.
It's an important day.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I know you were in the middle, had a lot going on, but gotta let them know, let the people know. It's the 1 year anniversary. Clap that up a little bit. 1 year anniversary. So. It's not the 1 year on video. For those of you that have only been following on video, only watch YouTube, whatever. Initially started this show off as a podcast that was strictly audio, and the audio came out initially. Not to throw anybody's business out there, but a good friend of David's hit me up very early and was like, "Hey man, you should be posting this somewhere." Shout out to Emilio.
Word.
And then the ball just started rolling from there. I met David, and PD left, and then we started doing what we had to do, man. It started building right from here. 100%. We've been, as of November, right? Our first video, if I'm not mistaken, was March. So that's 8 months on YouTube, bro.
Look at us.
Like, our YouTube career could basically pop out a baby right now if it wanted to.
Nice. And I think it will.
I hope it will too. Speaking of popping something right now, can we do this real quick? We got this. We got these lined up, man.
We got these lined up in celebration.
In celebration.
Celebration, yeah.
Look, little. Everybody.
All right.
Salud, bro.
Salud, brother.
All right. So we're here.
Woo! I'm not. Ladies and gentlemen.
Papa Molly, I'm sweating. Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, I am not a drinker by any means, and
are you a celebrator though?
I celebrate.
You're a celebrator.
I celebrate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm not really a drinker, so I'm not gonna lie to you.
Can we clap that up? We can clap that up.
Yeah, let's clap that up.
Listen, we clap up. Listen, no one.
That's number 2. That was number 2. It's early.
Look, and that's all we need right now, bro. We're on the road.
You know what I'm saying?
So I want to ask you this
Talk to me.
in the lens of us celebrating the anniversary,
alrighty,
celebrating the year of experience we've had, figuring different stuff out with the show. Is it going to go this way? Is it going to go that way? What does it look like? First off, I want to say I appreciate you for experimenting this year with me. It was definitely something that there was never a structure for before that, and that was something that we had to put together. So
yeah.
Clap for you, bro.
Listen, man. Sure. The same goes to you. I mean, I appreciate you. Like I've said to you before, this is appreciate. Obviously you had the idea, you had the vision, you had the dream. You know what I'm saying? So,
all right.
And it takes a lot for people to do that, to follow. Certain dreams and certain aspirations. People are. It takes a lot of bravery.
100%.
It's a brave move.
You got to stick yourself out, like you're sticking your neck out into that world.
It's a brave move, and you being brave, it's in turn made me brave, because this is something that I've always wanted to do and always hesitated and things like that. So. Yeah, man, I appreciate you for being brave, man.
Thank you, bro. My God. So, I want to ask you this.
Yeah.
Since it's been a year now.
Okay.
Looking back, a little bit of a reflective process as far as, like, thinking about how the year has been. I want to ask you 2 questions.
Okay.
Number 1, Who would you say was your favorite guest so far? We've had a handful.
Was that?
It could be on video or not on video. It don't matter. We can shout it out.
Damn.
Had a couple.
That's tough to do, man, because you know what? All of our guests bring a little something.
Right. I can start naming
them
out.
So you've got Joey, you know, who's his knowledge of the NHL and baseball is
That's
like...
Jeremy.
That's Jeremy?
That's Jeremy.
Sorry.
That was our first guest. That was episode 1 on video.
Jeremy, yes, okay.
Shout out to Jeremy.
Sorry. And then we've got...
So we had
Petey doesn't count.
Petey doesn't count. He doesn't.
He's not a guest.
He's
He's the
foundation.
He's like a stand-in kind of thing.
Oh, like, yeah, something like that.
Like, you know what I mean?
I got what you're saying. He's more of like, you know,
plug and play.
Yeah, exactly.
You can plug and play.
Tag, you're it.
That's
type
it.
Shit. We also had Noel. We had Obi not too long ago come on the show.
Obi was a good one too.
Obi was a really
good one. Noel's good too though.
We had Tico, the squirrel.
You know Tico's good.
Come on, bro. We had a couple guests already. So I think that if I were to pick one,
I don't want to pick. You know what? They're all passive.
My favorite. You're one of those.
They're all my favorite.
You're one of those. Whatever.
You're all my favorite.
I'm gonna say my favorite episode that I enjoyed doing. Right, not the one that I thought gave the most information or whatever. The episode I had the most fun was. It's in between Jeremy and Tico, but I'm gonna lean a little bit more towards Tico only because I like when we're learning stuff.
Yeah,
and I think that when it comes to even when Jeremy was here, like he was talking that football that we knew, or we were talking like a little bit of basketball, a little bit of hockey, and part of the media world that he's involved in. But soccer is a whole different planet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For me and you and a lot of people. So shout out to Tico.
Tico might have been. I think I might give Tico the most interesting one. I mean, the guy did the voiceover. The whole reason why we're calling him Tico.
Facts.
You know what I'm
His
saying?
His real name's Gene.
So that's pretty cool in itself. It's a pretty interesting, you know. Like
it's a little backstory, you know. Yeah,
it's an interesting bio.
You know, yeah. Like you go to check someone's bio, you'd be like, oh, okay, he's a construction worker. Oh, okay, he has a kid. Oh, okay, he was Tico the squirrel.
What?
You know what I mean? So what?
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Shout out to man, bro. But listen, I think there's a lot coming up. Obviously, we got I'm not sure. Let the people know off first. But I'm not sure if we're gonna have a Thanksgiving episode. Obviously, Thanksgiving is a big time for football, but as always, you know, I'm trying to make sure we always prioritize family time, dedicating yourself to the time that you have spent for the holiday. It's a holiday for a lot of people. You get to see people that you might not always see. So I'm gonna let you guys know for sure if that's gonna come out or not.
But I think if anything, we could probably definitely bang out an online episode.
Maybe like an online episode.
We do a stream.
I was thinking maybe I pop out with a little secret guest. Maybe if we get them on another online, something like that. See if we can figure that out. We'll be in the works with that one. But sure. As of right now, right here and right now, we got to get the elephant out of the room. It just came out yesterday. The Jets fired their GM. Joe Douglas. And it looks like the Jets, I said it last week, I'm going to say it again. I knew they were done. That was just like the stamp on the envelope. You know what I mean?
Like, nail in the coffin?
Nail in the coffin. You know what I mean? Like
that
final kick of the raft into the water.
So you're always, you know, asking the questions. How do you feel about it? Joe Douglas, not the whole situation, just about Joe Douglas in particular. How do you feel about it?
I'm going to say this.
Do you agree, not agree, you know, whatever.
I had a conversation. Shout out to my friend Ali. I saw him for the first time in a while, another Jet fan. And he asked me, he was like, yo, what's up with the Jets right now? And I'm going to say what I said to him because I feel like I put it together well. I always actually thought that Joe Douglas did a pretty bang-up job of putting a team together on paper. I always thought he drafted extremely well. He drafted Sauce, Garrett, and Brees all in the same draft. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's certain caliber that I think that you can only do so much with the moves that you do make. You know what I mean? A lot of people think that the Jets' full send with Aaron Rodgers may not have been the smartest decision in hindsight, since he's performing the way he is. But I think the real problem and the way I feel about his firing is that I think Woody Johnson is the problem, bro. Do you feel that way?
I mean,
you fire a coach and a GM? Like, what's your plan?
I mean, to start from scratch. I mean, clearly, things aren't working.
Of course, but that's hold
on. Let me just
say. No, I'm sorry.
So Douglas here. So Douglas, because me personally, I don't agree. I thought that he did a damn good job, but it seems here. So in 2020, this is when Joe Douglas got the job.
Right.
Correct.
He's
been our GM for 4 years. All right. So this was his draft in 2020.
Okay.
Mekhi Becton.
Flop.
Denzel Mims.
Not with us.
Jabari Zuniga.
Not with us.
LaMichael Perrine. Chiefs.
That's the same Perrine?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's a running back, no?
I thought it was Samaje Perrine.
I think you're right. Okay.
James Morgan. Lord knows who that is. Cameron Clark. Retired, suffered career-ending spinal cord injury. Wow. Okay. Bryce Hall, who was a cornerback. He plays for Tampa now. And Braden Mann, who's on the Eagles now. 2020. So, that draft class,
didn't really stick with us at all. Actually. 2021.
I believe was Ashton Davis in this one as well. I think Ashton Davis was in this draft as well.
I would have to look it up myself. You have it in front of you right now?
Oh yeah, and then we got Bryce Huff, but he was undrafted.
And he was traded to the Eagles as well.
Right, and he was undrafted and he's traded to the Eagles.
Yeah.
All right, so then now we've got
and he was good too.
Now in 2023, we get
2023. I thought you were on 2020.
Oh, because it's ranking it. Sorry. 2021 was Zach Wilson.
Okay. Flop.
2022, Sauce Garrett.
Brees.
Jermaine Johnson.
Another good one.
I think we're giving him all of his credit just because of 2022.
I'm going to say this. I think I'm going to give him all his credit.
Is that because now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, wait a second. Is that what we're doing?
Because you got to average it out. I mean, look, if this was school, right, you'd be like, okay, he had a really bad draft, great draft. Fantastic draft in that 1 year. That was where he got, if I'm not mistaken, Michael Carter II.
Because in 2021, it was Elijah Moore, Michael Carter, Elijah Vera Tucker.
Yeah, another good player.
And Brandon Eccles. Eccles is still there.
Yeah, he's still there.
Elijah Vera Tucker's still there.
Yeah.
Elijah Moore's gone. Michael Carter's gone. Michael Carter and Michael Carter II we got. Because we got the corner and then we had
we had
the
number 32 and number 23.
Exactly. So we got the and they're both gone.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So are we grading him on one? Now that we really look at it, are we? Because this draft is amazing. Michael Clemens, Max Mitchell, Jeremy Ruckert, Breece Hall, Jermaine Johnson, Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson.
I think that draft is fantastic. I remember that year they were saying the Jets had the best draft out of the whole league, bro.
And this year's draft wasn't terrible. Tittman.
I like this year's draft.
Braylon Allen.
Yeah, Braylon Allen.
But I think Braylon Allen's the only real
Corley.
guy. We don't. That's yet to be seen. Braylon Allen's the only one that we actually say to ourselves okay.
Yeah, he's been productive heavily.
Everybody else is kind of in the wings still. So again, are we just in reality now that we're looking at it from hindsight, right?
Yeah.
Are we just giving him a pass, or do we want to give him a pass for 1 year?
No, and this is how I see it. I think the way, he got fired, so we don't have to give him anything.
Well, yeah, I mean, his pass is revoked.
But the way I look at it and the way that I think about it is this. When you draft players, right, this is the NFL, right? I don't think you should assume that the players you draft are going to play right away, right?
Right.
Where a lot of those draft picks that we had from the last year's past, 22, 21, 20, they're not with us because they were making moves to accumulate things that were going to then be productive in 2023, which then turned into a great draft, right? They acquire draft picks from those trades. They acquire other things from those trades. I think that all in all, I don't know if the Jets understand what the source of their issue is. Or if they understand it, the guy with the big red button is not going to push it. You know what I mean? I want to bring up some rumors that I heard. I don't know if you had heard any of this yourself. We hadn't even spoken about this. I heard rumors about how Woody Johnson was part of the political party that was supporting if and when Donald Trump got elected, right? Did you hear about this at all?
No.
This was something I heard from Adam Schefter a couple days ago. So then, since Trump got elected for president, that might mean that Woody Johnson's involvement in the party might increase, which means that he would be a little more hands-off when it comes to how he handles the management of the New York Jets. I hope to God that is the case. Because I don't know if it's the selection of who he hires. I also heard this. This is wild to me. Please tell me if you heard this, because this blew my mind. They were going in to see like the archives of how he handled different people in the organization. So you know Woody Johnson is the face, but he also partially owns the organization with his brother, Chris Johnson.
The Johnson family.
The Johnson family. Exactly. The second that Robert Saleh was hired as our head coach, apparently, if it was not the first meeting, it was one of the first meetings. Robert Saleh goes to introduce himself to Woody Johnson. Woody Johnson shakes his hand. He goes, "It was my brother that hired you, not me." What is that, bro? How do you expect someone to take that interaction positively once you are willing to coach your NFL team? And it's not, look, I don't think it's that off-brand to be like, yo, it's real easy for an older person to be a little spiteful when it comes to transactional confrontation or transactional interactions with people. But yo, what do you think Robert Saleh is gonna give you if you don't give him that back? You know, why wouldn't you greet your new head coach for your team for the first time like, oh my God, I'm so nice to meet you. We're gonna work so well together. Maybe you don't have to kiss ass, but you also be like, look, I'm looking forward to the opportunities that we have to make this a better program. Why don't we go over X, Y, and Z? I'd be more than happy to this, and that. Something, bro. Throw him a bone or something.
Why are you questioning the way somebody who's extremely privileged acts? Like, this is like,
why am I questioning it? Because it's affecting my day to day.
Yeah, I hear
bro.
you, but this is how these owners are. Jerry Jones fucking
the Cowboys are a whole different,
exerts his power as much as he can, and look where that's gotten him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, some of these owners need to, you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
What was the last time the Cowboys had an era?
Robert Kraft is another one who exerts his power all the time. That's what some of these owners do.
I think if any of them get a pass in recent history, it's my boy Robert Kraft.
Your boy?
It's not my boy, but I'm saying, you know, you got to pick one out of all of them. It'd probably be the one that we're the most familiar with. That's why I say my boy, because he's been fucking in our house, you know, doing whatever he feels like. Robert Kraft. That's what I'm talking about. Because he had the most recent dynasty that we have been familiar with. Jerry Jones, the last time they were relevant enough was the 90s. Right? And the Jets even more so before that, right? Cool. So if anybody has the willingness or the respect in today's world to move that way, it's not Woody Johnson. So I hope he takes a step back. I hope he unhinges his claws and finally lets whatever has to change now. Because I swear to God, I've said this before and I'll say this right now, that if there was ever a time, and you may disagree, if there was ever a time to jump ship, it'd be right now. I swear to God.
Well, that's not happening.
I mean, I'm not gonna do it.
So
you're not gonna do it.
So
but there's people out there, right, that got excited by the Jets this year. They're more than disappointed right now, and you say to them, I wouldn't be mad at you if you switched up now. Yes or no?
I mean, listen, my father has been a fan for years, okay? He is a very big reason why I am a Jets fan myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Me too.
My father on the phone the other day was literally at wit's end. He's ready to go somewhere else.
Come on, bro.
And it's like, that's really sad to see. I'm gonna speak real quick to the Jets organization real quick. You guys probably, aren't gonna hear us. I hope you do, but hey, you never know, right?
Cue the violin music.
Cue the violin. Now we're not gonna get that crazy. But all I'm gonna say is that there are a lot of different organizations out there in the NFL. Some of them successful, some of them not.
Right.
But I've also seen some of those teams that are unsuccessful become successful. There's got to be a formula, a blueprint, something that we can take. The old quarterback blueprint didn't work. We've tried that before with Brett Favre. It didn't work. What I actually want to say is that I think the thing that's worked the most was when we just had like a really good defense
and a bunch of nobodies
and a game manager.
Yeah.
And a Mark Sanchez and a Rex Ryan. And it's like, well, I'm not done. But it's like, so I just say this to say this, man. Us Jets fans, we are a very, very loyal bunch. We come out to these games every year. Every year we think we're going to do something. We support. And I think you're getting to the point now where something has to give.
Yeah.
And you can say all you want and, you can't leave your team and this and this and that. We're in an age now, man, where that shit doesn't have, like, no, you weren't leaving your team back in the day because there was only 6.
I don't think you should leave your team anyway, though.
I can't.
I can't.
Like, I'm not doing it, but
yeah.
But I've been tempted to before. I've taken hiatus before, and you should never feel like that, though.
You took a hiatus before?
Yeah, of course.
What does that mean as a fan to take a hiatus?
I'm not
games?
fucking with this team right now. I'm just not watching it. I'm not gonna sit there and put myself through it.
So how long does a hiatus like you took the season off?
I took the season off.
What year was that? You remember that?
I had to regroup.
It was a rough.
It was the year
years,
after we
bro.
traded. It was the year after we traded Jamal Adams.
That was like what, year 2 of Sam Darnold?
I was like, this ain't working.
Yeah.
And look, we haven't done shit since. So it's not like I'm not justified if I would have left. But I'm not gonna do that. But there are some people that don't have the same mentality as me. And at the end of the day, New York Jets, the reason that you're able to be a franchise is because of your fans. It's because of the people that buy the merchandise, the people that buy the tickets, the parking passes for $70 fucking.
Yeah.
Excuse my language. But like, you understand what I'm saying?
Of course.
And then you go out and you continuously bring out a piece of shit product. You go out and do whatever you can you fire this guy, you fire that guy, you bring this guy in, and none of it's fucking working. None of it. You have these crazy debacles with these freaking with these players, holdouts for 6 weeks and just a bunch of shit, bro. Just a really shit product that's going on in the field, and I hate talking like that, but it's to the point now where it's like I don't know what else you want me to say.
Yeah, I'm tired of like just looking at Aaron Rodgers with his confused eyes, like, yo, catch the fucking. You know
I'm tired, and I'm tired of the freaking getting in the group chat and be like, what's up with them Jets? Like, kiss my ass. I don't want to hear it any fucking more. I'm done, dude. I'm done. It's just like I just want to go. I just want to watch my games, watch the seasons. And then it's like, and every little thing to try to be happy about, it doesn't work. Like
that was real.
We don't.
That was real. That shit came from your heart and your soul. Nothing's working.
Like everything that we try to get happy about, that we try to like, you know, get excited for, it just flops and it doesn't work.
And could I also say that I think we're living in an era, forget divisions, forget conferences, forget who has what record. If you look at the teams that surround us directly, aside from the Giants, all of their fandoms have a lot that they can talk about right now.
A lot that they can talk about.
You go
man.
north. Look, like, thank God the Pats are out of that discussion, but Baltimore's right there and they're nice. The Eagles are right there and they're nice. The Steelers are right there and they're nice. The Commanders are right there and they're nice. The Buffalo Bills are right there and they're nice. You know what it is to be, because I think NFL specifically is the most varietous. I don't even know if that's a word, varietous, but it's the most Diverse, my boy. It's the most diverse fandom that you find in your population, in your area. You'll find someone who's a fan of wherever the fuck. You'll find someone who hears, oh, I like the Broncos. You'll be like, the Broncos? Yo, Denver's nowhere near here.
I know,
you know
a Bronco fan.
Exactly. I do too. And you know what? What does that mean, right? But that's neither here nor there because it doesn't happen a lot. Obviously, me and you are Lakers fans, so, you know, it's that same thing. But at the same time, yo, like NFL, you're most likely to find people that have fandoms from all over, and you have to sit there in your hometown. You get what I'm saying? MetLife Stadium's a 15-minute drive from my house. I gotta go hang out with most of my boys. I gotta look past that stadium in disappointment, right? Because these people claim they have the answer every year, right? Why? You know what I know? Look, I'm going to say this, and I promise you we have to keep going because I will break this microphone right here in front of me, bro. Why are we struggling so bad? And we've had 3 uniform changes. What's the solution? Right? But we're going to talk about the rest of the NFL.
I think they need to get like a football mind in there. What's Tannenbaum doing? He used to be our GM.
He was our GM.
So bring back, you know what? How about you bring back some of these guys that we saw success with? Bring back Tannenbaum. Bring back Rex Ryan. Right? Bring back guys that were able to, you know, set a culture. We got the draft picks now. So if our drafts don't go as well in the next couple years, I think we should be all right. We've got some pretty decent pieces. So it's like, let's try now to start building a culture, keep getting draft picks that we can, and stop trying to go for this home run like thing. Like, yo, honestly, because we're just going to end up continuing to suck. We're trying to leapfrog over sucking, and we just keep falling back into we're not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is like, instead of just trudging it and being like, we suck, we're gonna do this shit through the draft. We may win one fucking game, but we're gonna do this shit through the draft, and we're gonna draft this freaking top-notch quarterback that's damn near can't miss, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Like, or whatever. And that's another thing too. Get to the draft and fucking do it right. Because we could say all this shit, you know, because what was the excuse before? Oh, we could have got Justin Fields, or we could have got whatever.
Could have had Pat Mahomes,
you know,
Lamar Jackson.
You know who we could have got, though, a couple years ago?
Who?
Josh Allen. Yeah, we could have did that though.
Of course,
that's a real fucking thing. Josh Allen was right there, but
we drafted Sam Darnold instead of Josh Allen. Bro.
Even at this point, Sam Darnold wasn't that he wasn't talented. No. We just had shit coaching. So it's like
I think we don't even have coaching now.
That's what I'm saying. We don't have anything.
We don't have good or bad.
I don't know what to say.
We don't have.
I don't know what to say.
Coaching.
I'm trying to pinpoint one thing. I can't.
It's so crazy, right? Because, and I promise you, we have to stop. We have to stop.
I understand.
Because every year we need a better coach, and then times before that we need a better GM, and then times before that we need a better quarterback. Gone. Aaron Rodgers is out the door now.
Who says Aaron Rodgers?
He's not going to come back, bro. Why would you come back to that?
So go retire then.
He would. No, if I was him. If
I was retire, man. Because you're shit in the bed anyway. It's not like you're going out there and playing well. You're going out there and playing like shit. I'm telling you. Watch the passes, bro.
I know.
First of all, you can't move anymore. Granted, fine. All right, whatever. A lot of older quarterbacks came out. Look at Joe Flacco. He's a fucking statue. But still, though, you're throwing behind guys, underthrowing them, overthrowing them. Sometimes I'm like, why are you throwing the ball in the dirt? Like, this shit is nasty. And then we're all sitting there like, oh, we'll give Aaron. Fuck out of here, dude. I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
I've seen enough of you, bro. I thought you were going to be good. Clearly, you're not.
No.
So it is what it is. You're old. So, all right, maybe, who knows? You could say what? Maybe a better offensive line or whatever the case may be. Who knows,
But that's
man?
not even always. That's what I was going to say. That's not even always the situation because there's times where he has all the time in the world, throws it at Garrett Wilson's ankles. Bro.
Ankles, dude. Ankles. You want to know why that catch was so spectacular that Garrett Wilson had to make? Because Garrett Wilson had to make that catch spectacular.
You know what?
Every time hold on. Just so you guys know.
Say that again. That last part.
What? That Garrett Wilson had
Why
to
was it such a great catch?
Because Garrett Wilson had to make it a great catch.
It wasn't a good throw.
It wasn't a good throw. First of all, just so you know, every spectacular catch comes from a bad throw.
Is that facts?
That's a fact. Every spectacular catch, because listen, there's one thing if a guy goes up and gets it and mosses it and stuff like that, but even then, that's most likely probably
Odell's a bad throw?
That was a bad throw. That was completely behind him. That throw.
Yeah.
And it was a pass interference on top of that.
Right.
But every damn near, maybe not every, but like I'm a high percentage.
No, but you got me thinking. Like it's usually like they have to make a play for it. Yeah, bro, that makes sense. Okay, my boy's brain is on today. Let's fucking go.
It's the fucking liquor.
Can we? It's the aguardiente. Can we? All right. So I'm gonna get this video rolling real quick.
What are we doing?
I know we had a little conversation. Oh, I'm not gonna do that this way. No.
My team blows this week, man. I got a bunch of buys. This is nasty.
All right.
This is nasty work.
We're gonna hop into. You want to hop into fantasy first?
Disgusting work. No. We could blow by whatever football.
I want to just do this because I know we had this conversation before. I know you said there's a lot of teams that needed some milk.
There's a few teams. There's a few teams.
There was more than one. Can I get the first one out the way? It's so easy. It's almost like it's me playing T-ball out there. It's just sitting there waiting for me to. Wah! The Jacksonville Jaguars.
The Jaguars.
The Jaguars are horrible. 50 or given, I think the Lions are going to come out of the NFC. Can we just put that out there?
Just like Bud.
I think it's a different type of pen. I think that the Lions are going to make it out of the NFC.
Yeah.
Right? So you take the team that's going to make it out of the NFC as I click onto this against the Jacksonville Jaguars, now 2-9, 6-52.
Yeah, 52
was the score.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord! I have a friend. Shout out to Gary. He always hits me up. I send him a little 5, and then we put in like an anytime touchdown together.
Nice.
Jahmyr Gibbs was the quickest pick last week I think I ever had. Yo, against Jacksonville, I was like, yo, please, God. Yo, there's no way. There's no way other. You know what I mean? Because
I actually had David Montgomery first touchdown.
See, bro? Because, there you go. Because, yo, Jacksonville is a shell of itself, might I say. Doug Peterson is maybe past his time. Or maybe Trevor Lawrence is extremely overrated. I can't tell. I can't tell.
So, I've got my who needs some milk.
Well, Mac Jones played, excuse me. I said Trevor Lawrence. But also, yeah.
I've got my who needs some milk.
Tell him.
But right after, I've got who I think needs a round of applause. Who we need to start keeping our eye on.
All right, I like that little shred of positivity after we had all that, you know what I mean?
So first of all,
talk it.
Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, yeah.
You need some milk, dude.
Battle of Texas, they lost.
You need some milk, man. Cooper Rush threw over like 40 attempts. So I don't know how you think that was going to work. But, hey, you know, you guys need some milk. You guys are just as bad as us. So, just a whole shit show over there. And there's even rumblings about, check this bullshit out. There's rumblings that once Aaron Rodgers leaves, that Dak is gonna probably look for a trade to the Jets.
Oh no, bro!
Dak Prescott.
I wouldn't want that.
Dak Prescott.
I wouldn't want that. He's out right now for the year. I wouldn't want that. Been there, had that. Yo, why would you go? I don't even want to get upset about tricklings because I don't want to. Unless it's on the paper in ink, you know what I mean? Yeah. Let me save my emotion, my well-being. But
what?
Cooper Rush. Actually, even though they only scored 10, 32 for 55, 350-yard passing.
Yeah, I know.
Passing leader of the game.
Yeah, with no touchdowns.
1 touchdown.
1, sorry.
So,
and that was more so Turpin than it was Cooper Rush.
Of course. And can we also say this? It was 34-10, right?
My man hit 22 miles per hour.
CJ Stroud was not the leader of this Houston Texans game. It was Joe Mixon.
He's been though.
They are saying, I mean, at least I think, and you might push back on this if you want to. I think Joe Mixon deserves comeback player of the year.
I think so too. I think he's having an incredible year. But before I give Joe Mixon his flowers, I do want to say the team now.
Right, Dallas.
The team now that I believe we should really start paying attention to.
Yo.
Can you take a guess?
Start paying attention to? Hold up.
Start paying real attention to.
I think I got it.
Let me see.
The Rams.
No, brother.
Because the Rams have been winning.
These guys, right?
You know what?
Here,
I'm not
brother.
mad at that. The Los Angeles Chargers beat
guys right here.
7-3 on the low ski though.
Justin Herbert. Listen, we all knew Justin Herbert is extremely talented.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody has ever said to the contrary.
There was a little bit of time where...
Well, no, not really.
Like when Harbaugh first got hired and they were like, it's going to become a rushing offense.
But was that a knock on Justin Herbert, or was that a testament to John Harbaugh's the way he coaches?
I see what you're saying.
But John Harbaugh has also... Is it John or Jim? It's Jim. John is no. I always get confused. John is Ravens. Jim, it's Jim.
Yeah.
It's Jim. Jim.
All right, keep going. I get what you're saying.
So Jim Harbaugh, it's a testament to his offense, right? Of how he coaches. But Jim Harbaugh has also been known to be a quarterback whisperer. That's like his thing. Yeah. That's like his thing. He's known to get the best out of your quarterback.
Colin Kaepernick.
Right. So, J.J. McCarthy. So, you go to a place where the guy's already extremely talented in Justin Herbert. The knock was always that because they didn't have any receivers, who were they going to throw to, blah, blah, blah. It was going to have to be a running team. But it looks like they're starting to get some.
Quentin Johnson.
Well, you've also, yes, Quentin Johnson, but did you see some of the throws? Like, Justin Herbert was throwing some beautiful balls, bro.
In the basket.
Wheeling
out of the cadence. A crossbody.
Perfect spirals,
too.
Like, he's got it. Like,
can we also say this? I mean, I don't mean to cut you off.
Did he have like 70-something rushing yards?
I was about to say, he was the rushing leader of the Chargers also with 5 carries for 65. He's right there, bro. And then on top of that, Quentin Johnson is looking to be more of a very high-end B-role player that more people thought he wasn't going to be. And Ladd McConkey is really starting to blossom into something else as well.
I think it's because they're starting to let Justin Herbert loose some.
Yeah.
And that's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're there yet. I don't think they're like, obviously they're a quiet 7-3.
Right.
But I don't think they're like a Super Bowl contender or anything like that. But they go play hard. And when you've got a quarterback like that, man, that we've never had,
look, is it quiet though? Because look, they won their last 4 in a row, so they went from 3-3 to 7-3. That is insane. Can I tell you this? They beat the Saints, which is not anything to brag about, 26-8. Okay. They beat the Browns 27-10. Not something to brag about. Okay. They beat the Titans 27-17. Not something to brag about. Okay. But then they beat the Bengals. And you start, okay, even though the Bengals have their own trials and tribulation.
In a very important game for both of them.
Okay.
Because with that Bengals loss, the Bengals' chances dropped all the way down to 10% for the playoffs.
Insane. With a monster quarterback at Joe Burrow and a monster wide receiver in Jamar Chase, for them to be at 10% is
And you know what's
horrible.
crazy? Before that game, I believe that for the past 2 or 3 years, Joe Burrow has been undefeated in November.
Oh, is that true? Interesting.
Mr.
November, the new Derek Jeter. I don't know. I think, to get back to what you're talking about, just to stay on the Chargers for a second.
Sure.
We just listed the teams they just beat. 4 in a row, like I said, not crazy teams by any means,
teams they
right?
got coming up?
They got some hard teams coming up.
Well, this will be the test then.
Right? Ready? I'm going to see if I can pop it up on the screen. You got Baltimore, right? Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure that's the Monday night game, 8:15.
It's going to be a good one.
Atlanta, December 1st, 1 o'clock. At Atlanta. Away. At Kansas City. Right? That's another one. You're like, God. All right, hold up. This is when their season starts equalizing a little bit. Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Still playing well, even though they're facing a lot of injury. Okay. Denver. Playing extremely well. Good defense.
Great defense.
And then they end the season 1-2. Very easy games in New England, Las Vegas.
Playoffs.
So, yeah. I mean, hey, bro, they're already up by 4.
Playoffs.
Their division...
Some noise.
...is... I want to see. Can I pull up their division?
Solid defense.
Let's see.
Good run game. Elite quarterback.
You know, that. And speaking of, I think that's another player that is kind of in the talks.
And yes, I'm saying Justin Herbert is elite because I've always thought so.
But this is the thing, though. I think another player that's up for a potential comeback player of the year, J.K. Dobbins.
Okay.
He's been doing front flips into the end zone. He was almost out for his career.
That award solely belongs to Joe Mixon.
So look,
he's had the longest streak in the Super Bowl era of 100 yard games.
Yeah, so that's it, bro. And you know what? To be honest, he's carrying what should have been
touchdowns that night.
I know. He's carrying what should have been a heavily pass offense through the roof.
Well,
like
they have all these injuries.
Like I said, can we call it, David? I know what you're saying. I know you know what I'm thinking, right? Because you're right here with it, okay? Can we call it a sophomore slump for C.J. Stroud, please? Please, can we call it? I know you watched the game. It was prime time, right? Throwing it out of bounds, overthrowing people. He doesn't underthrow people. Overthrowing people, hitting the cameraman on the sideline. I know you saw it. And then they said, threw a pick. Okay, run the ball. Joe Mixon. Come on, man. Can you give it to me today? He's slumping.
He's got a lot of injuries over there, man.
He's slumping.
He's got a lot of injuries over there, so...
The injuries are causing him to slump.
To digress a little bit.
Oh, come on, David. All right, fine. You're going to give me one of those. And then you said you had, what
What?
The Chargers, that were the team that you wanted to give credit to. So then I think that's all we got for last week. This week is what's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about this a little bit. I'm just going to go through the hot games.
Please.
Right? So you got Minnesota, Chicago.
That's a hot game for
Divisional game.
Chicago's trash.
No, they're not, bro. All right, so can we all say this?
Are.
No, they're not trash. Look, they only lost to Green Bay by 1 last week.
A loss is a loss.
Oh, shut up, David.
What's their record?
What's their record? It's not a bad record
What's
at
their
all.
record?
It's 4-6.
All right.
Better than us.
We're garbage. They're
all
trash.
Right.
We're the garbage can.
All right, fine.
We're
fine.
Permanently there.
All right, you want to talk about teams?
The trash comes and goes, but the garbage can stays.
All right. We'll talk about only the good games because they kept it all for the bottom end of this list. Do you want to go through the Jets have a bye?
Yes.
I needed a little emotional relaxation, if I'm being honest with you.
Being able to actually enjoy a Sunday?
Absolutely.
Lord have
so, I'm going to say this.
Talk to me.
San Francisco at Green Bay.
That's a good one.
4:25 in Wisconsin on Fox.
That's a good one.
It's 54-45. Green Bay having the advantage. San Francisco being considered the underdog. Green Bay's 7-3. San Francisco's 5-5. But Christian McCaffrey's kind of finally looks like he's getting a little bit of wheels under him a little bit. Like, he's not back. He's not back.
I mean, listen, they're always a contender. Christian McCaffrey being back, even at 80%, 85%, helps them. Even though Jordan Mason was doing great, but just a different type of offense with him in it.
Yeah.
I
didn't know about this. Did you know about this though?
What?
Brock Purdy's shoulder limited in today's practice.
Who's the backup quarterback over there? Is it Jimmy Garoppolo? No, it's not Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo. Why did I just see Jimmy Garoppolo's face? Who is he the backup for?
You know what's funny? One of the backups for San Francisco is Josh Dobbs. Mr. Alopecia.
Mr. Alopecia.
The Pastronaut.
There you go.
The Pastronaut.
Pastronaut.
Other than that is Brandon Allen out of Arkansas.
It'll probably be Josh Dobbs.
It'll probably be Josh Dobbs, though. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. So.
And that was against who again? I'm sorry.
Green Bay. Green Bay.
49ers are home?
The Green Bay's home. You got Brock Purdy with a Q. Jordan Love is playing, though. Jordan Mason is playing, and Jawan Jennings is playing. But the quarterback is a problem. George Kittle is questionable also. Trent Williams is questionable also.
So it's looking like Green Bay?
Yeah.
That's what we feeling?
Jair Alexander is hurt on Green Bay. I'm just naming out big names. Luke Musgrave, one of their big tight ends, is also questionable. The guy we named earlier, Jordan Morgan, who's now on Green Bay, is in their IR.
Look at that.
So it's looking like Green Bay should win a bunch of games anyway. Here's the thing, though, and this is why I brought up Chicago specifically, right? Chicago should be 5-5. They're 4-6 because they got a field goal blocked by Green Bay. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's not. If you look that badly at Chicago, that means that you have to value the Packers at 4-6, hypothetically, even though they're 7-3.
I don't have to value man. You beat who's in front of you.
I guess so.
I'm not. No, it's not. You guess so. That's what it is. You beat who's in front of you. I have to take them for what their record is. Cause what?
But I think Green Bay is worse than their record.
How many teams? Because there was a couple losses that we did by like 1 point.
Absolutely.
2 points. So you're gonna take us for a better record? No, we're still shit in the
Some
bag.
Some people might though.
They shouldn't, because we're still shit in the bag.
All right.
Like, it doesn't matter. It's just you're just dressing up the shit in a different way. Shit is shit.
All right. Well then, by that logic,
by that match, what?
You have no faith in San Francisco this game?
No, it's not that I don't have faith. I still think San Francisco is a good team. I still think they're also extremely well coached. They have a game plan, and they still have enough pieces over there like a Deebo Samuel and stuff like that. But if you're telling me Brock Purdy, who is, like an X factor, it's funny how Brock Purdy is the quarterback, the starting quarterback, but yet he's like the X factor.
He is though.
In a way, you know what I'm saying?
He is.
But the X factor usually isn't the main guy though.
Yeah, it's usually the receiver.
The X factor is usually some type of role player that they like. So it's weird that like he's the starting quarterback, the guy, but yet he gives you like X Factor vibes because there might be a day that he rushes for freaking whatever, and then like, you know what I'm saying? So,
and could I say this? I remember last year when everybody was trying to figure out if he was a game manager, quote unquote, or if he was actually like a good quarterback.
Right.
He was out for 3 games, right? You remember that? They lost those 3 games.
Yeah, I hear you.
You remember that? So, I think he's more valuable to what they have than what a lot of people anticipated last year.
I think I can agree with that. I still don't think he's that good. I think he's just, I think he's an elite game manager in the sense of like, yes, they'll lose because you also got to think that like this person's good at this.
Right.
So if I'm Kyle Shanahan, I'm gonna make a playbook. I'm gonna
derive
my play for this, and that. So if he gets hurt, now I gotta change shit and this and this and that. So
you gotta see what now the next guy up. Okay, what is this guy good at? This, and this, and then you adjust accordingly. So you got Green Bay in this one then?
I got Green Bay.
All right, I do too. Nothing wrong with that one. Another one exciting after that one: Arizona against Seattle. At Seattle.
I like that one.
That's a good one. The Battle of the Birds right here. You know what I mean?
I like that one.
You got Kyler Murray, who's came off a good game last week. They're actually considered the favorite over Seattle.
Yeah, to be honest with you, you know how I like Seattle, but I'm actually leaning towards Arizona.
I like Arizona's team.
I think
right
Arizona
now,
can be scary. It wasn't too long ago where Arizona went like 8-0. Right? Or some shit like that. Started the season some crazy like that, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
that was like, DeAndre Hopkins was on that team.
I think I think their defense is a little underrated. I think their defense is a little better than
Arizona.
Arizona.
Okay.
Marvin Harrison's only getting better. You've got James Conner, who's a consummate pro.
Seattle coming off just beating the 49ers.
Yeah, I mean, that game honestly could go 50-50. That's like either way for me.
Yeah, I think so too.
What does ESPN say?
ESPN says that, let me go back. I was looking at Seattle's schedule. 54% Arizona, 45% Seattle. So it's only 5 off from what you're talking about, though.
Yeah.
Seattle's considered the underdog, but not like,
not like a serious
not
underdog.
Like a not
a big underdog.
Not like Minnesota, Jacksonville, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think just for the sake of keeping it interesting, I think I really liked what I saw out of Njigba last week. I think it was like 110 receiving yards I just saw.
Yeah.
Geno Smith didn't look that bad either, especially with the absence of like, Noah Fant is out, stuff like that. So I think if they can keep Kenneth Walker out of this game, Arizona will win. But I think Kenneth Walker and how good he performs is like a serious factor in what happens this week.
Okay. So who you taking then? What's your gut say?
My gut tells me Seattle, actually.
All right.
My heart and soul tells me Seattle. Since I can't say God knows my heart for the New York game, you know what I mean? I had to give it to somebody. Give it to Seattle. Another bird against another team. You got Philly, Sunday Night Football on NBC and Peacock. Philly against the Rams.
Good one.
Good one for Sunday night.
Good one.
I think as good or as bad as the Rams' record is, I love how Sean McVay coaches games.
Yeah.
I think he orchestrates it really well, and he's found his way to win a lot of games he maybe shouldn't have won. You know what I mean? For a perfect example, beat the Vikings, beat the Dolphins, beat the Seahawks. The Dolphins when they had Tua back.
So.
Beat the 49ers in the beginning of the year before they faced any injury. You know what I mean? So... And if I'm being honest with you, it might just be...
Christian McCaffrey's been hurt since day one, so...
Yeah, but Jordan... I don't think they were worried about that when Jordan Mason first started being so explosive, though.
Different game plan.
I suppose so. I think it also depends on the well-being of Puka and Cooper Kupp. Obviously, they're coming in and out of injury. Bryce Huff, our boy, we were just talking about, is out of this game. You also got...
I got the Eagles, man.
59%?
I got the Eagles.
Would you touch the over at 48.5? I would. I have a feeling this is going to be a shootout.
It could potentially. That's the thing. It's either going to be a shootout or it's not. And I know that's super like, no shit, Dave. It's gonna be a shit or it's not. But like,
I didn't want to be the one to say it. I'm glad you said it.
But as what's the word I'm looking for? As simple as that may sound,
right?
It's what it's gonna be because it happens like that. Like Matt Stafford will go crazy one game and then the next game do nothing.
Yeah,
we just saw it.
I mean, look, we'll pull it up right now. See if I can get this in front of the screen. They just beat the Pats. Matt Stafford, 18 for 27, 295 yards and 4 touchdowns. That was his last game. That's against the Patriots, though.
Right.
So at the same time, you kind of like, yeah, he did it, but who did he do it against?
What was the game before that?
All right, we'll go back. Against the Dolphins, he lost. 32 for 46, 293, and only a pick. He only put up 15. Kyron Williams had 15 carries for 62 yards, no touchdown either. How did they get their points? What the hell's going on? No, nobody scored?
It was bad. I don't think anybody scored a touchdown that game.
No, I think. Well, they
not like. I think it was. I don't even remember.
Let's take a look. Field goal.
Yeah.
Field goal.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, they even scored a touchdown that game. Yeah, I remember. See.
That's crazy. Joshua Cardi going stupid.
Yeah, I was tight because I betted on that fucking game. Fucking bum.
So,
I was like, how do you have 300 yards? And in my mind, I remember, I know I was right because
right.
in my mind, I'm like, how the fuck do you have 300 yards and you don't have one touchdown?
Right.
You shitting me, bro?
That is kind of nuts.
It's nasty.
Even like when, like we were talking about earlier, Cooper Rush had 370 something and he only had 1.
This is what I'm trying to tell you. This is what I mean. Like, that's why I said it could be a shootout. Like, it could be a whole lot of passing yards and not a whole lot of touchdowns. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it could be a whole lot of yards and not a whole lot of touchdowns.
100%.
We can literally see that game between.
It could be a great fantasy game.
That's what I'm saying. It could be a whole lot of yards, but not a whole lot of touchdowns. It could easily be like that.
All right, Ken, I want to shake your hand on this one. Give me the Rams money line and the over at 48.5. I don't know if anybody's keeping track of whether I know what I'm talking about or not.
Rams money line?
Give me Rams money line. Give me the over at 48.5. And can I get a Cooper Kupp anytime? That's my parlay for this game. Bring it back on the anniversary. Feel me? Go back to the hit them with a parlay. Pick my favorite game and tell them what's what, David. Okay, for the Sunday night. Now we got the Monday night real quick. Baltimore.
Hold on. Rams money line over 48.5.
Cooper
Kupp anytime.
That's pretty easy.
I'm taking Saquon Barkley.
Okay.
2+ touchdowns.
Damn. Okay. Understandable though.
I'm trying to remember the Rams defense. How they do against the run. Yeah. All right, so
I could give you that right now. You don't have to whisper to yourself about that.
Yeah.
But I got you, bro. Let's see. Rams, they're 5-5. I'm gonna tell you. Look, they lost against the Lions, running team. They lost against the Cardinals, running team. They beat the 49ers, passing team. They lost against the Packers, passing team. They beat the Vikings though, passing team. So it's pretty 50-50.
No, the Rams are better against the run. My boy, you know what? We're gonna switch it up because my boy hasn't had a TD in a while, and he needs one.
Tell me,
Devontae.
You said that before. You said that on the game that it was his birthday. He didn't do it.
That's why he needs one. Devontae. We're gonna take Devontae Smith. Right? We're gonna take Jalen Hurts.
You better not taint my Parleezy, David.
We're gonna take Jalen Hurts, 40+ rushing.
Okay.
I need one more for you.
Can we get a? I'll put one more. Can I throw one more in there?
And we'll take Saquon Barkley.
Another Saquon?
No, I switched Saquon.
Oh, okay.
We'll take Saquon Barkley, 3+ receptions.
It was interesting because I was gonna do that same thing except say Kyron
Williams? Nah, he doesn't catch the ball much out of the backfield. He's more of he runs the ball more than he does. Saquon is more likely to catch. That's why I kept it at. That's why I would actually like 2. 3 is a little high. The only reason I say that is because the Rams are good against the run, so I can see them trying to get Saquon Barkley
try to get a little creative with it,
into the flats and stuff like that to try to. So we'll keep it at 3.
All right,
3+.
I like that, and I'm glad you wrote it down. We get to actually look back and see if we. All right, I like that. And then the last game, Monday Night Football. I brought it up earlier. Baltimore Ravens at Los Angeles Chargers on Monday night.
I like it, man. I like it.
ESPN and ABC.
I like it.
What do you think the projection is for the Ravens to win, percentage-wise?
They're the favorites, right?
They're the favorites.
They probably got them at like
real easy.
I think they got them at like just below 60%. I'm thinking like 58%.
Just above at 60.6.
I'm always really close.
You're right there with it, though. It's almost as if you know what you're talking about. Will Justin Herbert wake up against a horrible secondary?
That's what I'm trying to say.
In the Baltimore Ravens.
That's what I'm trying to say. He can throw. He could cut him up, man.
Listen, I wouldn't doubt if Derrick Henry had a fantastic day. But I wouldn't doubt if Justin Herbert didn't have. You know what? I might have to start Quentin Johnson myself this week in fantasy, just because of this conversation that we're having right now. And it's brother against brother, Harbaugh against Harbaugh.
Harbaugh against Harbaugh.
There you go.
That'll be a good one.
Monday night, prime time.
Exciting.
Come on, bro.
It's exciting.
I think we could all say on top of that, just in the same lens, that Harbaugh's against one another in the Super Bowl was fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
We love that.
That was, when they were like, when they asked the mom who she thought she was going to win. You remember all that, right?
Of course.
Come on, dude.
They always do that.
This is going to be a fantastic game.
It is.
It
is.
I'm going to say the Chargers take this one. Give me the underdog. Give me the U-dog.
Hey.
Give me the Chargers, man.
To be honest with you, I'm going to say I was going to go Ravens. I think that it's just one of those games where
understandable.
Ravens actually kind of need to go out. Ravens need to go out and have a pretty I feel like they need a decisive win.
Yeah.
Right?
They need to smack somebody.
They need to smack somebody.
They need to smack
because you've got these teams, you got a couple of these teams that putting up these scores and shit like that. I think the Ravens need to go out and smack somebody.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Chargers are going to be the ones that they do it to, but
I don't think so either.
But I think, hey, we're out there. We're about to go play my brother. Hey.
I love this drink. It tickles my esophagus. Oh, man, that was funny. But I get what you're saying, because the last game they played against Cincinnati, they just won by a point, 35-34. And then last game, they just lost by 2 points, 18-16. So now it's
they need to come out and
they need to
establish something,
fly past someone on the scoreboard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Their last win like that was 3 weeks ago. They beat the Broncos 41-10.
The Lions putting up points. And look, the Chargers just came off a big game, putting up shit. So I think the Ravens need to come out and losing to the Steelers, the divisional game, barely scraping out a win. I think they need to somebody got to get smacked.
I don't got a leg, I got a score prediction.
For that one?
For this one.
Sure.
Since I think LA's going to win. Give me LA 28, Baltimore 24.
Okay. I'm not touching this one.
Nah, I don't blame you.
Styles make fights.
I don't blame you.
I ain't touching this one.
I think that family just is gonna play each other well.
Styles make fights. I ain't playing this one.
So, as we get away from that, I'm gonna hop into fantasy this week. Guys, I'm 1-10. You know what I mean? It's no mystery, but it's also not breaking news either.
Damn. Can we pause for a second?
Yeah, we could pause. All right, fine. We could pause for a second. Please hold.
Please hold. I gotta take a whiz.
Yeah, all good, bro.
It was good.
I've been in the mood to find a good seafood place lately. I'm a big shrimp guy.
What do I got for you? See, do you like seafood
all that.
boils?
I like
Hook and Reel was good.
Hook and Reel's great.
Hook and Reel was
I've
good.
been there a couple of times. Hook and Reel's fire. They give you the whole little shrimp setup with the thing in the middle with the ice shit. Yo,
looking real is good.
They have good little oils and shit 100%. There. I fuck with oysters. If you're talking about like
oysters.
You don't like oysters.
I'm a big texture guy.
Okay.
And oysters are grainy.
Slurpy.
Well, they're...
How else would you... I don't know another word for that. Be real. What the hell is grainy? Because it's like liquidy.
Yeah, but like the texture of the oyster like is grainy, like the actual oyster.
Oh, like the shell.
No. Anyway, I'm just texture guy. I don't know.
Well, I am too though. Like I can't eat Jello at all.
That's weird.
I can't fuck with Jello.
Jello shots?
Nah.
Really?
Well, I mean, I'll take a Jello shot, but I'm like when I was a kid, shit like that, or if I had like have a snack, I'm not gonna fuck with a Jello because I don't like the. Like, I don't fuck with no applesauce.
Just squeeze the Jello?
Nah, hell no. No applesauce.
No pause. No,
all that. All that. I forgot the camera was on. That's funny as hell.
Are we recording? Well, we can cut this
We
out
are.
anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Applesauce, can't fuck with it.
I like applesauce.
That's
like
disgusting.
Ice cold applesauce is good.
It took me... What did you just say?
Like ice cold, like cold applesauce from the fridge is good.
No.
That's good stuff.
Anyway...
And it's filling.
No. It took me a while until I got older to actually like apples in general. That's a whole different story. I was a big, big banana person, blueberries, mango.
Mangoes are good.
All that. But another thing I never fucked with, and I didn't have until a lot later in life, is escargot.
Snail eggs.
Like snail.
Caviar is fish eggs and escargot is snail. Yeah,
it's just, but it wasn't eggs though. It was
just a snail.
That shit felt crazy, but it was good though.
That's cool. I'll never try that probably.
I like to try like little stuff like that at least one time.
Maybe sushi tonight. I'm thinking like I want something different. I don't want Chinese food.
The thing about sushi is you gotta get hella sushi, because that's just not filling.
And sushi's expensive.
As fuck. Unless you catch a little dumpling action, maybe a little catch a little this is just rolling. Like we're just fucking.
We're just rolling.
Catch a little dumpling action, mix it with a little bit of maybe what else you get from a sushi place?
Little tempura,
little homemade iced tea.
That's Chinese food though.
That's both.
I've never got no homemade iced tea from a sushi spot.
From the sushi place? That's no.
What sushi spot you go to got homemade iced tea?
Shout out. Hold up. We're going to start right here. 1, 2, 3. Shout out to Mr. Shoes. I'm not going to say where that's at, but Mr. Shoes by me. Sushi with the homemade iced tea.
They have homemade iced tea at the sushi spot. I've never seen that. That's genuinely a Chinese spot. That's generally like,
I've had. Well, I was. I don't know which one I had first. Now I think I had homemade iced tea with the sushi spot first.
No way.
I think so.
Homemade iced tea, like it comes in a container.
Yeah, the container.
At a sushi spot.
Cut the knife in the top.
Nah, I don't know if I trust this sushi spot. That's a Chinese spot.
That place is banging. I'm gonna tell you my order. Just ready off top. California roll.
Okay.
Mix it with another order of a rainbow roll. We got a roll after this.
Okay.
And then what's it called? And then the homemade iced tea with the dumplings.
I love dumplings.
Come on, bro.
I love dumplings.
But is dumplings Japanese or Chinese?
I have no idea.
So if you got, iced tea doesn't have a nationality on top of that. It's like,
I don't know. Like I said,
you feel me? Like, yo, what the fuck? All right. Iced tea's like English. Like they have tea bags and shit like that. All right, so we're gonna get right back into this fantasy. I'm gonna start this video right now.
Let's do it.
I just want to give a shout out real quick before we do this to the game of the week last week. If we could do that.
It wasn't mine, I know that.
Listen, man, people around the league are talking and they are worried about your organization over there.
They should be. I'm worried about my organization.
Whopping, you're putting up Cody numbers right now.
It's not good, dude. It's not good.
Their highest scored were Lamar with 14, DK with 14, and Najee with 13.
I made some bad, I guess, decisions. Like I should have started Matthew Stafford, right? Because he was going against the Patriots. Like I wasn't really like paying attention to my lineup, I think, as much as I should have.
Right.
Mike Gesicki killed me, giving me 0.
Yeah, I know.
A big zilch, nada. That sucks, man. He's terrible.
So
he's terrible.
Just real quick before we lose track, I want to give win of the week to highest scored. Kelvin put up 146 this week.
Ridiculous.
I'm on Raw 38, Joe Mixon 35, and Bo Nix 28 points. Insane game. So shout out to Kelvin. I think he might be on the next episode, but hey, isn't everybody? So we're going to go right here and click on the fantasy cast for this week. I'm playing against Caillou. I got me at 1-10 with Caillou at 5-6. I don't know if Brock Purdy's going to play now, and I got the Jets defense on a bye week. So I got a lot to figure out this week on top of that. I could just go ahead and give it to him if I'm being real with you. I'm not going to lie to you, bro, unless I pull off a miracle. I think I could beat him if I started people accordingly, but my tight end situation is hard. I start Laporta. I don't know when I'm going to be able to start Deontay Johnson now. And then and before it was my running backs leading my team, and now they're scoring the least out of everybody on my roster, so it's hard, bro.
Yeah, dude, to be honest with you, I'm not really quite sure what's going on. I don't have much answers.
Yeah, you got Caillou?
Huh?
You got Caillou then.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll move on here. Got a PD at 6-5. Got Pat Mahomes against Carolina, which is always good. And you got the Lions DST, which is good. Malik Neighbors coming back with Tommy Cutlets at his quarterback.
Which is ridiculous, by the way.
You don't like that?
Well, they got Drew Lock. Drew Lock has been QB2 the whole year. And now you put in Tommy DeVito? Do you really think that DeVito's better?
Go ahead.
Do you think that DeVito is better than Drew Lock? Or is it more of a let's get a spark going? Something to make the fans like lively? Because you can't be thinking that Tommy DeVito is better than Drew Lock.
The way that I see it is that like this. Obviously, there was a big question mark in Seattle's quarterback situation last year, trying to figure out who was going to be their traded quarterback, and it ended up being Drew Lock. Geno Smith won out the job, right? And then he gets over there. So then you got to assume that he's the number 2. Okay. You send him to New York, where they just came off a season where they had a proven number 2 that took them through a couple games last year. 3 or 4 games, Tommy DeVito had that little run.
Yeah.
He had all the Italians wilding in New Jersey. You remember what time it was. So, to me, it makes sense that they're fighting for the number 2. Practicing out for the number 2. Out playing each other, let's say, maybe. And if it was in between taking 2 people, you pick the guy that you already had out there.
Okay.
That's what I think. But Drew Lock is an extremely talented player, and he could definitely be starting on a couple other teams in the NFL. So I understand 100% why you feel that way. Because he was starting last year in Seattle for a long time. I think Debo against Green Bay is going to be an easier game with Jair Alexander out. Terry McLaurin might have a great day against Dallas. Bucky Irving might have a great day against Petey, starting both Tampa Bay running backs, Rachaad White and Bucky Irving against the Giants this week. Is that a bad move? Who knows? I guess we'll see. And has newly acquired, I don't know if we spoke about this, Tony Pollard, who we spoke so unfondly about for such a abnormally long amount of time. This is going to be interesting, man. I think that I like Petey's matchups more, but I don't like starting 2 running backs on the same team at the same time.
It's against the Giants, though. I mean, who's on his bench? Let me go see who's on his bench.
It's Devontae Smith, Jalen McMillan, Tony Pollard, Will Dissly, and then he has James Cook and Ray Davis on a bye.
I mean, they're both pretty high usage. You're just as likely for Bucky Irving to get a touchdown than you are Rachaad White.
Right.
So,
but that I guess I get what you're saying.
I don't know. Like, I mean,
I'm gonna say I got Joey on this one.
This late in the game, you really have to pay attention to like matchups.
Yeah.
You know, like the teams matchups and all that stuff like that. So,
but look at these matchups. You got Justin Herbert against Baltimore. Might have a great game.
I don't know about that, but go ahead.
Their secondary isn't that good, right?
But still.
Ladd McConkey against Baltimore could have a really good game.
Look, and you have a double thing right there in that.
But that's not two of the same position though.
Okay, yeah, that's.
You know what I'm saying? Like if Justin Herbert does good, he could be throwing it to McConkey. They both do good. But if one running back scores, it doesn't get the other.
But Ladd McConkey can't do good without Justin Herbert. So if Justin Herbert doesn't have a good game, let's say they focus on the run more that day, and he only comes out of it with 15 points for you, you know, is that going to be enough? Not for you. I'm just saying for.
I know what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like, is that going to be enough? So I don't know.
And that same note, what if the Giants decide to focus on the run that day? Then both of those players are done.
I don't know.
You get what I'm saying?
Just
I got Joey.
I'll take Petey just to.
Just keep it even.
Yeah, why not?
Can't put down the cup. Can we just say absolutely smacked me last week?
Yeah, well.
He's projected to lose this week against Obi, who's projected 121. Obi's been going absolutely insane week by week. I think the league is, from what I've heard, and you may agree or disagree, I think the league is most nervous about Obi, Ronnie, or Kelvin. But I think Obi is probably like the most competitive fantasy team we have in the league currently. To me. I think Jawan Jennings, Travis Kelce could have a great game. Brock Bowers might have a bad. Denver's been playing fantastic lately.
But whose team are you looking at?
What happened?
Whose team are you looking at?
I'm looking at Saquon goals against Campa down the Cub.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. Okay. I don't know why I didn't see. Oh.
Yeah, I started with Travis Kelce.
Yeah, that's where you threw me off.
All right, Geno Smith against Arizona could have a decent game. Like we said, you had Saquon Barkley for a 2-time touchdown, so he could have a decent game. H.N. against New England kind of have a harder rushing defense. Jerry Jeudy coming off a fantastic game. Now going into a divisional game with Pittsburgh, that could be another good one.
I had Jerry Jeudy too.
Yeah, interesting. How he's like now exploding a little bit.
It all depends on the quarterback, dude. This shit changes every fucking week. He was doing absolutely nothing under Deshaun Watson.
Oh, yeah. But no one was doing anything under Deshaun Watson.
Now Jameis Winston is there, and, you know, it's all good. What are you going to do?
But even the same thing, Jawan Jennings, if Brock Purdy doesn't play, then, like, that could crumble out as well. There's then you got Brock Bowers, Cameron Dicker. That's kind of whatever. Jameis Winston against Pittsburgh is going to be hard with T.J. Watt coming at him. Josh Jacobs against San Francisco could have a harder day against the run.
CeeDee Lamb gave him how many?
CeeDee Lamb, last week, you mean? Gave him 18.6. So, CeeDee Lamb's last 4 is 39, 16, 8, and 18. So, that's not too crazy. I think that T.J. Hockenson against Chicago isn't anything to worry about. Cooper Kupp against Philly, I don't think is anything too crazy to worry about. CeeDee Lamb against Washington might be a little harder because now they have Marshawn Lattimore over there. This is hard. I'm going to say, give me Alex.
Yeah, I'll take Alex, too.
I don't know, actually.
Nah, I'll take Alex.
No, I'm going to take Obi, bro. Because I think Brock Bowers is still going
that's
explosive.
That's the part that
you don't like.
That I don't like.
You don't like the double tight end.
I don't like that Denver defense, man. Kind of.
Yeah.
You know? And that's a divisional game, if I'm not mistaken. Broncos and Raiders are in the same division. So, and I don't know. Gardner Minshew, I don't know.
Here's the thing, though.
Maybe some, like, dump passes. Like, I could see some. I don't know. I just don't. That defense kind of puts me away from certain, like, you know, skill players and shit like that.
Can I tell you the last time they played Denver, he put up 23.7.
Okay, who was the quarterback at that time?
I'm not sure.
Because they didn't play him this year, right?
No, this year, yeah.
Oh, was this year?
This was last. I'm gonna tell you right now. I just went back to it. Hold up. This was.
If it was this year, then it was
week 5.
Then it was Gardner Minshew.
23.7.
Oh, damn.
That's a whole different.
Oh, shit. 23.7.
Brock Bowers' last 5 is 16, 19, 10, 15. Bye week, 31 last week. Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers is slowly exploding to become, if not a great tight end, definitely the number 1 option in Las Vegas as far as passing.
I'm sticking.
You're going to stick with it?
Yeah.
You're gonna stick with Alex? All right. You like to keep it
6
even.
and 4. Jesus Christ.
So, shooting not for last. Now I'm looking at against Help Me Step Burrow.
Mm-hmm.
This is looking a little more like a low-scoring game. He has Joe Burrow in a bye. He has to switch out, so that means he's going to have to put in, let's see, who does he have? Drake May against Miami. Not a terrible decision, but not a great one either. On the other side of the ball, you got, he has Christian McCaffrey against Green Bay. Like I said, might explode. Javonte Williams might not do a lot in Las Vegas. Nico Collins might have a better game in Tennessee than he had in past. Cedric Tillman is very hit or miss. Jake Ferguson, you really don't know what's going on with the quarterback situation with Dallas, so I think that's kind of in the air also. And Hunter Henry, I think he had a good game actually recently, but yeah, so he had 12.3 last week, 2 the week before that, 12 the week before that. So he's very up and down.
I think Albert might win this game.
I think Albert might win this game.
And that's not good for Help Me Step. That's not good for Brandon.
No, man. And honestly, I need Albert to lose, man. So.
I think Albert might win this game. Kyron Williams, Brian Robinson against Dallas. I like that matchup a lot.
George Pickens in Cleveland.
I like that matchup a lot. Tucker Kraft, he's a huge part of that offense over there in Green Bay right now. The Jackson Smith and Jigba thing, But then again, he's got Hunter Henry, Jake Ferguson, who you don't even know. Javonte Williams, who's hit or miss.
What do you think about Kyron Williams in Philly?
What is he projected? 14? That sounds about right.
Okay.
That sounds about right because he's going to get like 70, probably get like 70 plus rushing yards,
yeah.
probably get a touchdown,
At least one, like a hot red zone one.
Yeah.
Something like that, you know what I mean? Like something like last second. He's not going to go down the field.
No.
But he'll just get it in there.
If they can get close enough, that's why he's projected. Like, you know what I'm saying? If they can get close enough, but I'd say minimum Kyron Williams gets them like at least 8 to 9 points.
All right. So I agree
at the minimum, without a touchdown.
So you got Albert?
Yeah.
Damn, bro. All right, so let's do your team last. So then we'll do Amon-Ra against the Gridler. Let's see. He has T. Higgins on a bye and Brian Thomas Jr. on a bye and Young-Ho Koo on a bye. So
yeah, a lot of buys.
Are
biting right now.
Yeah, I feel like I said, I think we had this conversation once about I actually look to see that a lot of my players don't have a bye at the same time because I don't like the idea of forfeiting a week. But some people don't care about that, and you can see that here on Noel's team come week 11. Or week 12, excuse me. You got T. Higgins, Brian Thomas, Young-Ho Koo, Amari Cooper, and Tank Bigsby all on a bye week on his team. And on the other side, you got Chris Olave on a bye, Taysom Hill on a bye, Chase Brown on a bye. So both teams are really dealing with a lot of bye weeks right now. But until he finds someone to start in all those positions in his roster, it looks like it's going to be Kelvin for sure.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll. It's Tuesday. No, sorry, it's Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday.
But yeah, I'm sure. A bunch of I'm making changes as we speak.
All right.
So.
Yeah, I made my live decisions on camera last time, so I'm not gonna do it this time. I think I got Kelvin on this one.
Yeah, I got Kelvin as well.
Yeah, his team just kind of has such a high ceiling, bro. Like
Yeah.
Amon-Ra kind of does whatever he wants that week, and that kind of sets the projection for the week. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You play Ronnie.
Yeah.
He's also dealing with a lot of bye weeks. Got Josh Allen on a bye, Garrett Wilson on a bye.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we already know we were joking a lot about how he has all these Jets players, right? So then he has Tyler Conklin also on a bye, and then he's on his IR, but Alan Lazard also on a bye. So, but you're also dealing with some of your own. You got Devontae, Darnell Mooney, Mike Gesicki, Anybody in your starting? No, you already said it. So it looks like it says you're set 70% chance to win at 100 points.
Yeah, but he's gonna switch out Josh Allen.
He'll put in Tua against New England.
He'll put in Tua against New England.
And then he'll have to put in Christian Watson against San Francisco. Right? Because then his other only option would be Noah Brown against Dallas, which isn't a crazy decision. He also has an open bench spot, so there's also the opportunity that he might pick up someone random and fill in that spot, whether it be another QB and pick up someone else.
There's not much out there. I'll tell you that.
No, I know that. No, bro, trust me. The waiver that you open the waiver, it should be like. No, ready, right here, ready.
That shit sounded just like it.
Wah, wah, wah. Oh, man. Come on, bro.
That was fucking good.
Come on. Yo, I could have been an impressionist. Stop playing with the board. Esophagus. Without anything said, I still think you got this game, though, bro, because I don't think he has a lot of options, like you said.
I mean, he could go out and get Ezekiel Elliott. Or fucking Jerome Ford. Who knows? I just picked up Charbonnet off of the skin of my teeth, I feel like. I'm like, all right, whatever.
You got moves you can make, though, bro. You got 2 kickers, man. You could give one up and try to slide something else if you felt like you didn't like the moves that you had made.
There's just nothing else
you got
to
DeAndre
do.
Hopkins against Carolina, which is a pretty good matchup for you.
Decent.
Michael Pittman against Detroit is hard, though.
Yeah, he's tough.
Najee Harris against Cleveland is hard. And Lamar Jackson, you know, especially if he tries to use his legs, might not do so well against a rushing defense that is supposed to be so well spoken about. So, I don't know. But on the other side of this, right? On the other side of this, you got Jahmyr Gibbs against Indianapolis. Might be a really good matchup. J.K. Dobbins against Baltimore, I think, could get locked up. In all reality, I don't know if Romeo Doubs will do a lot in San Francisco. I don't know if Mark Andrews will do a lot in San Francisco. He's had some good games so far.
Austin Eckler's going to do a lot in Washington.
Well, he has to right now. He's still.
It depends. It depends on what package they come, because it might be a whole lot of Brian Robinson, and it might be a whole lot of Austin Eckler. So,
but either way, it's a very high volume run game. Probably.
I don't like Tua. I don't like Tua against the Patriots, as in like against me, because I feel like that's lovely for Tua because the Patriots are trash.
Right. Oh, you don't like it as in like you yourself are not happy. You feel like you're gonna lose.
I don't know if I'm gonna lose, but I'm not. And then Jahmyr Gibbs. To be honest with you, it could go one or two ways there. It could be the David Montgomery show, or it could be the Jahmyr Gibbs show. So
I'm gonna let
projected at 17. Golly,
I'm gonna let you pick before me who you think.
My highest projection is my quarterback, and it's 23. The highest one after that is 15. He's got guys averaging 18, projected for 17, 14, 9. I'm over here with 6, 8, 4. Yuck.
But anything is possible. Everybody has 10 fingers and 10 toes. You know what I mean? You got to go out there anyway and see what happens.
I'm going out there and I'm putting my best foot forward. I'm putting the guys out there. A win against Ronnie though this week
is big.
It's huge.
Yeah, you gotta knock him down one if you want to stay up top.
So we'll see, man. We'll see. Who do you got?
I got Ronnie, bro. I'm sorry.
He picked me earlier.
But
2 minutes ago.
You started making too much sense, man. You started making too much sense, bro. When you start making too much sense, I'm like, oh, this can't be it.
I hear you.
I have a 0. No, my percent to go to the playoffs went down to 0 from 1, in case you were wondering. So we're going to end the video right here. Right?
It really went down to 0?
You want to see it? Look at it.
What's my percentage? I can't even see this, Kavish.
99.
That's right, baby.
All right, so I'll be rooting for you in the playoffs.
Thanks, buddy.
I'm gonna end this video now. As always, this is a very fun episode.
It was good.
Happy anniversary, bro.
Happy anniversary, bro.
Happy anniversary to anybody that's been rocking with us. Cody's Corner. It's going to be happening for a lot longer, so I hope you guys are here for the next year. And as always, I'll see ya.
I'll see ya.